And welcome back to Survivor Hot Takes, Coach Drew, Emily. I just want to point this out. I titled this episode the Coco Variety Hour because for everyone that hasn't, everyone keeps talking about how much time we haven't had with Coco as of yet. Well, we got them in bunches today last week. And I think that it was a very fun, almost bottle episode where we just focused on Coco.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good episode leading into the merge.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, thoughts on the episode?
It was fine. Like, I think that what I did like is kind of what you said. I'm going to sound off on that because I think it is really important that we're able to understand all the group dynamics, and that was my big complaint up until like 40. Oh, hey, Hobie. Up until like the fourth episode. Like, I was like, okay, like, but like I really just like don't understand. I understand that like Gio and Ryan are at the bottom, but that's like pretty much it. But I think that it really helped to kind of show the tiers of power. With Carla kind of being at the top with James and like Cassie kind of following suit. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But like, I just, because it was so predictable, like, I mean, there were some things that I was like, you idiot, with like Ryan, but like,
I think it would have been predictable if Ryan had went home. But the fact that it was Gio, I mean, I think once the votes are starting to get read and we see the two Cassidy's.
Of course it was Gio. Like, Gio was like, he was out for blood with Cassidy and he just kept trying to start up drama. Like, that's exactly how like he was public enemy number one for the last like two vote outs. He was the other person that they were putting votes on in the first place.
Who did a better job acting? Gio, Ryan, or Janine?
None of them. Well, Janine killed it. Like Janine did such a great job at keeping things super. Janine did really well, especially like whenever she got the advantage. She was like the MVP of the whole episode. I think how she was able to work everyone's social skills. But I think that she did a great job with acting. Ryan kept telling everyone to act the way that he was telling them to act, which is like not how that works. You know what I mean? It's improv. But
yeah, dude, he's sitting there just like, you can't be too happy around me because
he like ripped the tree out of the roots and he's like, don't cheer me on.
My day back at home, I go to the gym or whatever when I'm upset, and it's like, God, it's like
cool, Dan.
Right, come on, too strong here. Easy roid rage. Yeah, I think the three of them are on different tiers as far as acting in this episode. And that is the other underlying plot of this episode is, everyone having to put on a front about something, whether that's Janine with the idol and, getting caught and having to play it off and getting her beads. I would say the easiest of the three people that have gotten that advantage so far, or period, because there's only three tribes. You have Ryan, who I feel like he planned on acting a lot less than what he ended up doing, if that makes sense.
Overcompensating, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, he overcompensated by a lot. And then who's the third? Oh, Gio. And it's,
I don't think that a lot of what Gio was doing was acting, though. Like, I think
people bought when he said he didn't get anything. When he sat down and told everyone he didn't get anything.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I think that he, like, but I mean, then he told Carla, which is like, you don't tell anyone about your advantages. Like, the only person who's playing this right is freaking Carla. And we see how that works so much better because freaking Carla knocked his little booty out once she knew. Like, that if he wasn't the obvious target first by trying to start up all this drama, like, of course he's public enemy number one now because Queen Carla is raining down her power upon his.
Yeah, that's what I think that she's the actual MVP of the episode. I mean, Janine did fine. She's fine. I'm glad someone finally pointed out the shit on her chin because it was bothering. It was bothering me.
Poor Janine.
So when Jesse's like, "Oh man, she's got scars on her chin," I'm like, "All right, okay." So I'm not just the only one that's noticing this.
No, I feel bad.
I mean, I'm sure she's fine.
It's the first challenge, though, and her whole face was all roughed up. Like, how embarrassing.
Yeah, and so I do agree that, it could have been predictable once we hit Tribal that it was either going to be Cassidy or Gio, but, like, I won't say, like, that. I spent the entire episode thinking it was just going to be a run. I thought it was going to be a Drew Christie. It was Drew Christie. I thought it was gonna be a Drew Christie episode from San Juan del Sur where he threw the challenge, and then it just kind of builds to him going. Was it Alec or Drew?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't like that season.
It was
Continue.
it was one of the Christie brothers threw the challenge to get out Kelly Wentworth, and then he went home instead.
Right.
I thought this was going to be the same thing, where it's like we're just going to get all this Ryan content, and we're all going to know that Ryan's going home, and then immediately Gio gets back, and it's like, okay, you know, a new challenger has entered the scene, and we kind of go from there. But I never really worried for Cassidy, except for the scene where with James and Carla are like, are we going to have to pull a Lindsay again because Cassidy's going crazy on us?
But so Cassidy had such a good point. Like she did, because she was like, well, what if Gio has something and like all of our votes are on him, then he gets voted out, right? You know what I mean? So like she had a really, really good point. She had a right to be paranoid in that way, because especially the numbers are getting so small, you know, like, so she was right to question it, but I just don't think that she should have questioned Carla to James. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know if it's apparent to everyone out there. It is apparent to us home that James and Carla are, let's just say they're running the show on this tribe right now. Now, you know, optics wise, we don't know how other people are perceiving them. So maybe that's why you would say certain things to certain individuals, not knowing those two are together. But yeah, it was. I feel like Gio and Ryan absolutely dropped the ball and got a little overconfident after Lindsay went home, because
a little
because they started the episode off by saying it wasn't supposed to be Lindsay. They're even saying that it was supposed to be someone else. And Lindsay kind of got paranoid.
And they told them last minute. Like, isn't that another indication? Like Carla said, like, we told them absolute last minute that we were voting out Lindsay. Like, isn't like, it just makes so much more sense. They should recognize at that point they're on the bottom, you know? Just blew my mind.
No, we're gonna stay with Coco for a bit here, just because it was the Coco episode. We're starting to get a lot more Cassidy content. I know that Cassidy is one of your girls. What do you
my girl? Okay. Well, I think first of all, I know that I have to backtrack just for a second with Cassidy, because she had one of the absolute best like voting confessionals in episode 4, when she said something along the lines of like, you didn't realize that I was the one loading blanks into your gun and I'm the one who holds the real bullets. I said, like,
wasn't it episode? Wait, am I wrong? Is this not episode 5?
No, that wasn't that was episode 4, wasn't it?
The episode that just happened was episode 5, right?
Wait, yeah, but didn't that happen in episode 4? Or did it happen in episode 5?
She literally just said, yeah.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Okay, so then I'm doing it right. Okay, so yeah, Cassidy, I think that she has like the best confessionals. She's really sticking to like her strategy of being kind of that fox, but like a very, very sly under the radar. But I fear for her that she may be a little bit too under the radar right now. We're hinting at sort of emerge, so I'm thinking that like I think that she and Noelle are also going to kind of gravitate towards each other, because I think they have kind of the same strategy. So I'm hoping that that's going to be a survival mechanism for her to kind of maybe bring in Carla and James, be like a power 4. Does that make sense? Yeah. I think she did great.
Everyone's down to 4 though, right? No, that can't be. No, that matters.
No, Bessie has 5, don't they? No, Baca has 5. Baca has 5. Bessie has 4. Coco has 4.
4. Okay. And we'll get to those dynamics towards the end of this. I guess if we want to move around real quick to, you know, not really I call it the Jesse tribe. I know they're, you know, we don't really get much from the Jesse tribe besides him coming back to camp after Shipwell Island saying, oh yeah, you know, I didn't get anything. And everyone's like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. But we go to the Gabler tribe. Well, the Gabler tribe is, I think, now that the Coco has started to get more screen time, I think everyone has shifted back to liking the Gabler tribe. Like, they're the best television, I would say, right now.
I would die for Gabler. 10 out of 10. I was so wrong about how much I thought that I wouldn't like him, but I'm obsessed. I love him.
I won't go that crazy with
the ultimate suburban dad. I love him.
Yes, the surrender, the worst camo. Yeah. So he's so adorable, because everyone is saying, oh yeah, Gabler's annoying us. He's not annoying us, as I would say, as fans. It's just more, he's better Mr. Joe from Co Wrong. You remember Mr. Joe? He was always just there. You know, he wasn't. He's kind of followed Aubrey and Sydney and all them. But
Yeah.
he was kind of, I feel like Gabler is going to be that person at the merge. Now, who he's following is interesting because you know he has oh shoot, who's his boy?
Sammy.
Sammy with
Silly
an eye.
goose. How could
Yeah,
you
Sammy
forget?
with an eye. Yeah, Sammy with an eye, the 19-year-old. Right.
Yes.
And you know he's got Sammy feeding him all this information about how everyone else is trying to play him. You know whether it's they went through your bag or hey, you know that bead that you just gave them, psych, it's actually for an idol.
You
And
mean a fake idol?
no, Gabler, you silly
I love
goose.
him
You
so
mean
much. I love him so
an
much.
idol. And he's just sitting there like you can see the realization on his face. And I think that Sammy's playing a really good game because he knows that Gabler's not going to go tell everyone that he's feeding him this information.
And like, how significant is it? Like, especially now that we're going to be getting to emerge, like he has like a minion, like a loyal minion that is going to follow and trust him in every single thing that he does. You know, like Gabler isn't a very. Yes, I'm a Gabler stan. Hopi, he's a sweet little softy. Like, I just want to protect him at all costs.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's pretty much it. I just think that it's like, I mean, if we're getting close to emerge, it's great to have numbers, especially numbers of people who aren't strategic, but will do whatever you say and will trust you to do whatever you say. And Gabler is like literally that person, you know?
Yeah, and once again, it is the Ellie show over there. I actually think it's the Ellie Sammy show over there as far as screen time, at least with screen time. The more episodes we get where they're not going to tribal, but we're still getting the two of them, leads me to believe that they're going to make it far-ish, and one of them potentially could be the winner. Now, obviously, I'm still Team Ellie. I understand that she is the quasi-villain on that trip, or on that trip, on that tribe. But I think I might be in love with her. I don't know. Is it inching towards
Ellie?
Status yet? Probably.
It is. Shut your mouth. Lydia is in her
it
own
is inching
breed
towards Lydia's
of
status
queen.
for me. As far as crush is concerned,
no one should be as high as Lydia in my opinion.
Hannah's still number one. Relax. I mean, don't get crazy with me. But no, I'm really enjoying Ellie this season. I enjoy every time she's on the screen. She's really playing a good game, and I'm
You think so?
I'm hoping that she goes the route of almost everyone else except for Romeo at the merge of last season, where like Romeo was like being perceived as like this head honcho and then kind of falls off the map for most of the merge. I hope that Ellie kind of takes the road of, like I said, the High and the Dreas and everybody else going that way instead of the Romeo, the Romeo route.
It surprises me that you think that Ellie's playing a really great game, I guess. Like, I think that like not that I don't think that she's playing a good game.
Good. If I said great, I meant good.
Okay, yeah, like you probably said good. I believe you. But like it does really surprise me because like I think that like she's pretty socially on the bottom right now. Like, wouldn't you say? Like, especially like right now at Baka?
I won't say that she's socially on the bottom. I feel like if she were, because when Owen finds out that Janine has the idol, once again it's them saying, okay, well let's try to get. It's always let's get rid of Janine. It's never let's get rid of Ellie.
I've kind of heard the opposite though. Like I've heard that like Sammy's been out for Ellie, Gabler's out for Ellie now. Like, Owen's kind of in the middle, huh?
This episode.
Well, he's been saying that for like a few episodes. That like
so this episode it was the. I mean, okay, so yeah, the focus shifted to Janine this episode. I keep wanting to call her Jeannie. I don't know why. Janine this episode. I still okay. So
that makes sense, especially because of that advantage. Yeah, because she was out about the advantage. That makes sense.
I think that she's doing well. I'm hoping that one of the three men from her tribe go before her so that she can kind of, build bonds with other folk.
Right.
I don't want it to be. I actually really like Sammy. Sammy, I really bought into Sammy this episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I ask you a question as well about Baka? Like, so like with Coco, I feel like with Coco, the power dynamics are very clear as to who controls the most, and like just like the group situation. But like with Baka, how would you rank everyone in terms of like just like social status and like social power?
Owen
And
at 1.
oh, you think Owen's number one?
I would say Owen's number 1 because
Mm.
he has the trust of the 2 women.
Mm-hmm.
He has the trust of Sammy because, and I'm surprised that they didn't put emphasis on it. And I watched it again today, and they don't put any type of real emphasis on it. But when Janine says, "Hey, I didn't get anything," Sammy hits Owen, or Owen hits Sammy, and like taps him and says, "Hey, do you hear that?" And I'm surprised that wasn't like put into focus on the screen, because I noticed it the first time and noticed the second time, and I can't imagine that I'm not the only one that did. I try to stay off of Twitter during the week because I don't watch the episodes until days later. But I feel like because Owen and Sammy had that moment there, I think that kind of shows that those two are on board. And if those two are on board, that means that Gabler is probably,
Gonna follow suit. Yeah.
trusting of Owen as well. So I would say Owen, Sammy as 1 and 2.
I agree. I think that you're right. I think that, and I think like Owen even just hinting that he's not against working with Ellie and Janine, like, is telling me that like he's really keeping those options open, and it might be a complete blindside on our end. Because in my mind, I'm thinking like Sammy, Owen, Gabler are gonna like just like whack them out one by one, like.
Yeah.
But like now it seems a little bit more murky. Now, especially they have that extra option.
To Hopi's question, I actually think that there might be someone else that pulls an Omer this season. Like, Owen could, for all we know, Owen could be the one that follows the route of Omer, of like being the MVP for like 4 episodes and then is getting caught with his pants down when we don't. I actually think that potentially we could get Jesse in that Omer role this season.
Oh no.
I just like
I love him.
Jesse. Yeah, Jesse's a lot of fun. And Jesse has already been caught in the middle a couple of times this season, and he knows a lot of information. And I think that Jesse is going to be the Omer downfall of the season.
Right.
But for all I know, it could be Owen, because it's not like Omer started the game like as the Omer that we all grew to love. He had his relationship with Jonathan, and it was adorable and whatever.
Their little bromance still makes me so happy. It's so cute.
It's fine. It's whatever. Challenge happens. Coco loses. We get more Coco time.
No way.
What was besides the fact that the twist was different, what was the point of them moving Shipwheel Island off, and giving them a shittier boat? Was there any other point to that?
I just really liked watching them fall off the boat. I thought that was pretty funny. I think it was more for like comedic effect. Like, didn't Geo fell off the boat or something like that?
Yeah, well, no, that was his acting. That was more of his acting of,
was it?
Yeah, I have to come off as like this lovable loser so that these people don't, try to risk their vote, because he's
it's actually not a bad strategy. I'm not gonna lie. Because I watched it and I was like, oh, like
yeah, he's sitting there saying, yeah, he was definitely milking a lot of that. As far as Cody, no. I don't see Cody. I don't see Cody winning.
I think that he's a really great number 2. I don't think that he's going to be the winner, but like I could see it. I could see it as a remote possibility. He has a really interesting edit, Like
any time with him,
he's great for TV. Yeah, he's great for TV.
No, that was his Geo. Just kind of, he started his acting very early here. But we get back. Geo gets the advantage. It's the knowledge is power. And at first, when he says, "This is what I came here to get," I'm like, the knowledge is power. But he said, "I wanted an advantage or an idol."
Yeah.
Like, okay, that makes more sense. And then the wheels just kind of fall off like very fast from there. And we get to the tribal, and there was a moment I had looked down. It was either the first or second time I watched the episode. I looked down to check a message. It had to be the first time. I looked down to check a message. Jeff had asked someone a question. It had to have been Carla because there was that long pause. And I had looked up to make sure that the TV hadn't frozen. And she, and she has like a legitimate brain fart.
She was like, I can't
I was
today.
trying to process all the stuff.
What was the question he asked her again? I can't remember it.
I can't remember either, but it was. I like little moments like that, but also it nailed home that yes, I'm liking the season. It's not it's not 42, but it's also not 41.
Yeah,
41 sucked or anything, but it's found this happy little place in the. It's almost like for me like on my personal list, it would be kind of like China.
Okay.
Where
it's a little bit lower for you still?
Huh?
Is it still a little bit lower for you?
China's 15 on my list of
42. Oh, is it? Okay.
So, I mean, I'm liking the season. I think because of the cast. I'm not like, it's not 42 where I'm spending all week thinking, oh my God, I can't wait to see what happens next. But I'm also excited to see the people on screen when I do turn on the episode.
Yeah.
It's not a slog for me. It's not a drag. I'm just enjoying these people. And I'm interested to see how these people interact when the merge happens. Because for all we know, it could just end up skyrocketing based off of all the time we've gotten to know these people. We've gotten a lot of Coco content in the last couple of weeks. And that's the only ones that we were not really getting content for. Now, it sucks that Lindsay went home, but happened.
No, that makes sense.
Lindsay's never make the merge except for last season. So
never forget. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Like, I think like for me, in terms of just editing in general, like I think that it's definitely shown like enormous strength between 41, 42 to 43. Like that change has been phenomenal. I especially love the fact that they don't give them the power to use these advantages for the entire season, because like once you get to that, like you don't like that, or what are your thoughts?
No, I'm thinking of the question while you talk.
Oh, okay. I don't know. So I really like it. I think that they did a really good job at kind of like working out a lot of the kinks. Oh, that your face is so distracting right now.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to think of like who I'm the most like. That's a great question, Chris. I think that like, I don't know, Hopi, you might have to help me out with this one. I would say that I'm a blend of a more culturally sensitive Cody and maybe a Cass. Like
a culturally sensitive Cody.
Hashtag culturally sensitive Cody.
I don't know. I feel like I'm relating to. That's hard. I'm really liking a lot of these people. Gabler.
Do not. Do not. Okay, so breaking news, you're dead to me.
Yeah, you're dead to me. I don't know. That's actually really hard. Maybe
you kind of give me Sammy vibes. Like you kind of
I give you Sammy vibes.
Yeah. You kind of give me Gabler and Cody's love child.
I'm assuming that's sarcasm because
no, it's true. It's true. I changed my mind. That's what you are in my mind.
I'm biased as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie.
I think you're a little bit like James. I agree, Hopi. I think that you're kind of like James, but like a little bit more like Sammy too. Like I think that you really understand like group dynamics pretty well. You know?
Like, okay, I'll say my answer is Sammy. Sure. Ellie is so hot. Oh my God. I'm just saying now. I'm just putting it out there.
I think she's great. I like her a lot.
She's a great character. She's a great player, good player. And she's hot. Other than that, I think that we've kind of. Oh, so I do want to ask you this question. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Oh my God.
Assuming that we are going into the merge, top five players going into the merge right now. For top three. Because
wait, but they're all going to the merge. What do you mean?
Top three players going into the merge. Like who do you think has the best stock, the best chance?
Oh, who's gonna be like the highest in the group? I think Carla's definitely gonna be up there for sure, because I think that she just finds a way to like really connect with everyone. I think that Noelle built really good relationships whenever she went to like that Shipwheel Island, and she still has that like power of having that advantage, which is going to work the best in her favor. What?
Fucking beast in the challenges.
Oh my god, yeah. I think that'll work. That'll bode well in her favor, at least for a while with her group, and then it'll be something that'll be kind of like again, yeah.
Chris gets it.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like the other ones. Jesse will be good, I'm sure. Sammy, I think, is gonna be okay for a while, but I think that it's gonna like his confidence is gonna come bite him in the butt soon. I mean, like what? I think the cast actually might be okay. You know, I think
she'll be fine for a bit because people are not
for a while.
People are not going to look at her as a threat.
Yeah. And what about you? Who do you think? Like, if you had to put 5, who you think are going to be at the top of the heap?
Carla, Sammy, Jesse, Ellie, and James. Yeah, because I do buy into this James Carla thing.
Yeah,
I do think that they're mutually the head honchos, and so they could have a great little duo thing going on. I hope they don't decide to turn on each other. I hope that something happens where someone just takes one of them out. Yeah, because I am really buying into their whole duo. I think that Ellie, I'm biased there, so we won't talk about that. Who else did I say? Jesse. I do feel like Jesse, is in a good spot. I'm just hoping he doesn't get caught with his pants down. Goes the Omar route. And then Sammy, I really like the way that Sammy's playing everyone. I don't think he's playing them, but he's built great bonds with these folk to the point where I don't if someone tried to within their tribe try to go after someone else in their tribe at merge, just to say, hey, we won't mind parting with this person. Sammy's name is not going to be the one they say. It'll either be Gabler or Janine, my opinion. For sure. Let's just get rid of one of these two.
Yeah, I think so. I think that, I'm hoping that Sammy, not hoping, but I'm expecting Sammy's probably going to try to protect Gabler a lot more. I think that Janine has a lot more dirt on her that she doesn't realize, she doesn't know that now everyone in her tribe knows that she has the beads, right? She doesn't know that Gabler knows that she was sifting through her, through his bag, and she doesn't know that Gabler knows that she's underestimating him as much as she is, So I think that Janine probably is going to be a big target moving forward.
And it didn't happen on Shipwheel Island this during the pre-merge, but I'm hoping that at merge, someone just says, hey, about these beads. And then someone else says, oh, what about these beads? And then the third person's like, oh, we gave all of our beads to this person. I want to see that happen.
Oh, protect Carla. Protect Carla.
Everyone is having a realization that we didn't get some of us got played, some of us didn't, but now let's all go. And I feel like it's going to be Sammy is the one that says, hey guys, did this happen on your tribe?
100%. I think that Sammy's gonna be the one that starts it all. I think and it's gonna erupt, especially if because then everyone's gonna know that Carla was playing them too, which makes me nervous for her. I like Carla so much.
For anyone that lives in the Boston area, I am going to Bryson Wendell's watch party in Boston the second week of November, first or second week of November. So that should be fun. Other than that, I think that's everything.
I think that's everything too.
We'll be back at some point between now and next Wednesday.
Surprise.
Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you all on the other side.
Bye, guys.